Welcome, world. Welcome, world. How you guys doing? This is Andrea. I'm really glad to see you. Really glad to be with you. Um, it's been a week. Welcome to Shiz and Giggles. Welcome to Shiz and Giggles. What a big week in store. But before we get into all that, we have had a time together. So before we get into that, let's introduce all the people. I'm Andrea Lyons. I'm the CEO of All About Presentation. I also happen to be the tribute for representing District All About Presentation in the Hunger Games for 2020 is what I think my new title should be. I'm tribute is it with me. I'm never by myself. I got my favorite people in all the whole world, the team at All About Presentation. Jasmine Williams, she's sitting in the studio with me. Hey Jazz, how you doing? Tell the people about you. How you been doing this week?
Hello, everyone. Been doing well.
Been doing well. All right, great. Hey, also with us we have Casey. Casey, how you doing? What you been up to?
Hey, I'm good. Just living, chilling,
Just
having a good time.
living, chilling, having a good time. Hey, Sarah, what about you? Good to see you.
Hi everyone. I hope everyone's going well. Doing well. I'm doing well as well. I don't know why I said well 50 times. It's well.
Things are well. Things are well.
She's well.
She's well. That's right. She's well. All right. So, okay. So we'll start with the big one, the big push that happened this morning. So we get into our office this morning, little late than normal for me, but certainly not how I expected an office to go. So we came in, and the door was ajar, which is never a good sign, especially if the lights are still all off. And what we learned very quickly is that some miscreant, had pushed their way into our office. But not only did they do that, we're on the fifth floor. We call it the penthouse level of our building. We're on the fifth floor of the building. They actually found it vital for themselves to go to each floor and try to get into various offices on other floors. We were just one of the ones that I guess looked enticing. And so they broke into our office, took some equipment, took some stuff. I know the first thing that Jasmine asked me was, how do you feel? Do you feel violated? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel violated. I definitely feel upset about all of this because, you take equipment that we're working so hard for. We're doing these virtual events like these are, with all of our equipment. You guys see the equipment in here. We have even more equipment on order. We probably shouldn't say that, but there's a lot of equipment that we're gearing up for. And so for somebody to take it, it makes you upset. Like, do you know how hard we've been working trying to do stuff, trying to be a part of virtual events and all the equipment that it takes. So what I wanted to do though was just kind of get some initial reactions. We said we'd talk about it on the air, and so we didn't really talk about it too much in the office. So I'll start with you, Casey, because it was you walked right in the room and didn't even realize the lock was still on the ground, the doors, the lock is our door is busted and all that. You didn't even notice it. So what was your initial impression?
So I had like a really busy morning before I got here. So I was so in like the hustle and bustle. It just did not even dawn upon me that like the door was broken and there was like little chunks of wood like on the floor. I was just kind of like, just kept going. It was like an afterthought. It wasn't even an afterthought. It just like completely slipped my mind. And then when you said, "Oh, well, we've had a robbery," it just like was really shocking. And I gasped because I was. That sounds so dramatic, but like I gasped a little bit because I was just like, I cannot believe, first of all, that this happened, and second of all, I just walked in like, "Hey, how's everybody going?" And
we was robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you ever had anything burgled before?
Um, I've had stuff pickpocketed before. One time I had a map pickpocketed out of my back jean pocket when I used to live in the city. But I've never like had someone like break into my place or anywhere I was staying and like steal stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had stuff like stolen, but not in that way.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's I remember I've had a car stolen once. What about you? Oh, well, Sarah. Sarah, what was your initial reaction? Have you ever had anybody uninvitedly take your stuff without permission?
Yeah, so I'm known in the office as being the lurker, the FBI. So I definitely walked in and noticed the door, and I was kind of like, all right, what's going on here? But it's all about presentation, anything can happen. So I was kind of like, are we getting our door fixed? But that doesn't look like the door's getting fixed. And then Casey told me the news, and I was just like, are you serious? Like, it's obviously this can happen at any moment, but like, it just doesn't happen. Like, the way it just isn't supposed to happen. But yes, actually, my car was vandalized and broken into during last month. No, this month. Yeah. So I definitely walked in. I was like, okay, well, this is obviously a continuing thing, and it's a problem. But all we're hoping to do is move forward, and hopefully we pass this. And just our main priority is going to be our safety and making sure everyone's okay mentally, socially, everything like that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I will say what is nice is that we have security cameras galore, and our building is bomb too. Like it's not like we're not in the quote unquote bad part of town or anything like that. It's a nice look. We have a nice spot. Um, so it's really it is shocking that we have so many like cameras. They actually know who did it and everything. I got to give like credit to the folks that own our building. They got their act together, and when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's not like they know exactly who it is, exactly what he took. I mean, they got cameras on all angles. It's nuts. Jazz, what was your initial reaction and thoughts about it?
Initial thoughts that it's crazy something happened like this on a Friday. Didn't expect for this to happen, but you know what? I'm just grateful that nobody was hurt in the act. So that's all I can really say about it.
I think you bring up a good point, Jasmine. Like nobody was hurt because all the stuff we have can all be replaced. Um, I think if anything, we're the queen of spins around here. So if anything, we made some new friends. That's for sure with the police. Um, Man, it was nice to meet the cops that came, the detectives that came. First of all, they made me feel a little bit better only because they complimented us on how nice our office was and the views that we get out of our office. I mean, they made a spectacle of it and I appreciated it. And so they brought friends back, which was really cool too. So that was one good thing that I think that can come out of it is we did all the stuff, you have to file a report and all of that. But one good thing that I do think came out of it is that we made some new friends. We made some new friends today. I don't know. I don't know, Jazz. What do you think? You were here from the beginning. What would you say about the whole thing? Like just soup to nut. And have you ever had that happen to you before?
I've had stuff stolen from me before. Wouldn't explain all into it, but yeah, I thought it was just a crazy day. I do agree that the cops that we interacted with were great people. I'm happy that we were able to get some laughs from the conversation, but overall, I'm just happy no one was really hurt in the act.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you. But I will say, we were talking to some friends of ours about it earlier today, and I got to give a shout out to a good friend of ours, Ameera. She started a Go FundMe for us because we did lose equipment, and while we're insured, unfortunately, insurance, I was telling her, insurance only covers the fair market value, not necessarily the replacement value. So that's like, man, it's what next 2020 is what I feel. I feel like what next 2020? If I had to line up all of the interesting situations from this year, I feel like I'm good. Like I feel like it could stop now and I'd be good with challenges until next year. Like I'm so okay with that. So she did set up a GoFundMe. We put it in our on our social media. So if you can help us, we'd appreciate your help for sure. Like I said, we got to replace stuff that insurance necessarily won't cover the level of the replacements that we need. So I just want to say thanks, Ameera. Thanks for doing that. Super sweet. Really appreciate it. Um, but that's it. That's it for that little depressing piece of news. I do think they're gonna get whoever it was, though. Like, apparently, oh, we've learned so much from the cops. By the way, people, if you're in Richmond, pay attention to this. Um, because of the coronavirus impact, a lot of the folks that have nonviolent offenses, they go back out on the street. They don't go to jail because of COVID. So there are people that keep doing this over and over again, hitting people up, tagging their stores, tagging their shops, stealing stuff, and there's no consequences for it because, or basically no consequences because of the pandemic. So I just wanted to ask you all, what do y'all think about that? Like, shouldn't there be some level of consequence, or like if you go to jail and I guess go to jail, get COVID, but other than that, people are just out here. They could just take stuff, and they know that judges aren't sending them to jail. What do y'all think about that?
Is there a certain person you want to go for?
No, talk show girl. You know, like how we do.
You're saying like,
weird.
how do you feel about people not being arrested for what they're doing?
Well, they get arrested, but they don't go to jail and stay there.
Oh, because of honestly, the sad thing is like, oh, I do think I don't want to say people are getting away with things, but like you said, regulations aren't as strict anymore with stuff like that, which does suck because like I don't know.
It's a
Go
lot
ahead.
going on. It's a
Yeah.
lot going on. All right.
Yeah.
Well, well, I don't want to depress the people anymore. I'm glad. What I'm grateful for, though, just to kind of turn that all around, is that a pastor a long time ago used to say, "My joy is not determined by what happens to me, but what Christ is doing in me and through me." And so, because of that, I always feel like I don't let circumstances be the dictator of my joy. And I won't let the, even if I'm upset or it kind of goes like, man, another thing, it doesn't get to determine my joy and who I am or what I do. I think one of the things that, I'm so proud of the team for is we had to go on business as usual. Yeah, we got some stuff stolen and we had to take some old laptops out of the back to keep things going. We have, supplies of of laptops, but it's okay because we still got to keep this train moving. And regardless, um, we have work to do. So I'm really, really glad about that. And so with that, I am going to get into our segments. Each of us has a segment. So I'm going to start with Casey. Let's start with you.
All right. So, my little segment that I came up with, because big brain energy, um, is this or that. And I'm going to pitch a scenario where you have to choose one option or the other. Super creative, I know. Would you rather be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early to everything?
10 minutes
What?
late, or 20, so 10 minutes late to everything or 20 minutes early to everything?
Wait, I think I might have said that wrong. Anyways, I meant 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early.
10 minutes late or 20 minutes early?
To anything, like
20 minutes
appointments.
early, because like being late always sucks. So You don't want to be late unless it's at a party. You gotta be fashionably late, which is what I will be. Sorry, not sorry.
I don't know. I've had people like when we do events and stuff, when people come 20 minutes early, we're still putting the finishing touches on stuff. So like I'm like I'd rather have you be late than early. We're still getting like our act together or we're like just getting to the final touches. I'm like I need that 20 minutes to get everything prepared. So I don't know if I'd want to be like I don't know. I'm it depends it depends that what we're doing. Depends.
This is facts. This is facts.
What about you, Jazz?
20 minutes early.
Why is that?
I like better be early than late.
That is so great. So great. Okay. Who's next? Sarah, why don't you go next?
Okay, so I'm gonna do a shout out, and I would like to shout out one of our viewers. Actually, you may know him as Cornelius. Our favorite. Cornelius is always. I want to shout him out because he's always showing us support, always showing us love in our DMs, which we really appreciate. Because at the end of the day, especially when something like this happens, we really appreciate our clients and our friends and our families and anyone that's part of, Team AAP. You guys keep us going and, giving us moral support. That's just honestly, you can't steal that. You can't steal your joy, hashtag can't steal your joy. So I would like to shout out Cornelius for always being there for us. So shout out to you.
Shout out Cornelius. Hey, Cornelius, I still need that $5 that I lent you last week. I'm gonna need that back. Okay. I'll just wait for I'm gonna need it now. We was robbed.
Comment below when she's gonna get the $5.
Oh, shout out Cornelius. Thank you. Sarah's right. So Sarah's shout outs. So that's her segment. So we're gonna do segments every week because that's how radio works. So we're gonna do Sarah's shout outs or whatever segment she chooses. All right, next up we have Jasmine.
Mine is positive thoughts. So, my positive thought today to everyone is just to be happy. Despite anything that happens, just be happy. That's mine.
Just be.
What makes you happy?
Relaxing. That definitely makes me happy.
I felt that one.
Okay, me too. Anybody before we get out of here, what's everybody's weekend plans?
I'm going home to see my brother. Oh my gosh, Cornelius commented. Oh God. I'm going home to see my brother. So I'm really excited because he's gonna be leaving for the rest of the year on a travel trip. So it's gonna be nice to see him. So that's my plan.
Okay, what about you, Jazz?
Like I just said, I'm gonna definitely relax this weekend. Relaxing.
Oh, okay. Are you doing anything?
Nope, nothing planned.
Okay, so hey, Casey, we're talking about before we go our weekend plans. What you got? What you got up?
Sleep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sleep and homework.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. Not on the homework part. Not with you on that part.
Sleep part,
I'm out.
probably.
I'm out. Do you miss homework, Jazz? Do you miss homework?
Why would you miss homework?
Yeah. This is
I don't miss
classic.
Well,
it.
practically speaking, you don't have traditional like school homework, but you have like other things you have work. It could be housework. It could be personal work. So everybody has work except Jasmine because she's relaxing, so it's fine.
Oh, before we go, here's my last thought. Do you guys have a card? Have y'all ever? Okay, I'm old. Okay. First of all, let me preface this by saying I'm like probably 5 years old behind everybody else. Have y'all ever gotten one of those virtual reality cardboard boxes? Have y'all ever done that? You put your phone in. So it's virtual reality goggles, but it's cardboard, so it's not like expensive. You put your phone in, and then like you flips up, and you put the glasses on, and you're in virtual reality. I saw my first VR movie, Crow or The Crow. It's with Oprah and John Legend and some other people. It's like 20 minutes. You guys, it's like an $8 piece of equipment. It has changed my entire life. I was like, oh, this is virtual reality. That's crazy. I had no idea. $8 or $10. I guess there's expensive ones, but the cardboard, they're literally made out of cardboard too. Okay. I'm just saying they also have relaxing ones, since Jasmine said relax, where it's like you're at a beach or you can like look up at the stars and it looks like you're in it. Oh man, I spent all my time doing that last night. So I woke up late, but I was doing that till like midnight. It was nuts. I never experienced it. I know I'm old. That's kind of what happens. All right, everybody. The time is now 4:24. So glad you all could join us. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you again next Friday. No, we won't see you next Friday. We'll see you the Friday after that. We won't be here. It is a holiday weekend. So we will be seeing you a little bit after that. Anything else from the for the good of the body before we go?
Take care.
Take care, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.